Well, today I thought I would stop by Mather Lake, which is in the city of Rancho, Cordova, which is just like east of Sacramento. It was an Air Force base for many, many years, and in the, I think it was 93 or something like that, they closed it. Anyway, they have this lake here, and I thought I'd come check out the lake because it seems like there's a good place to magnet fish over there because everybody's fishing with fish hooks. They get stuck on the magnets. Bad for wildlife. But anyway, I thought we'd check this out, and they have a whole bunch of mute swans here. It's very pretty. So, hold on, let's, here, come here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. So this is Mather Lake. In the 50s, the Air Force created this near the eastern boundary of the Air Force base. They dammed, there's a creek over there, Morrison Creek is what it's called, and they dammed it and created this lake for flood control. And they closed this base in 1993, so then the county got a hold of it, and now it's open as a park. This lake and then all this other adjacent land, I mean, we're going to go see some of it in a little bit, but the area of this park is bigger than San Francisco's Golden Gate Park. So if you know anything about Golden Gate Park, this property, the whole property, not the lake, is about 1,450 acres or so. It's not small. There's a golf course over yonder someplace. I think it's down that way somewhere. I'm not 100% sure. But the lake is stocked with, I think, trout and some, I don't know what. It's a big fish. So if you like fishing, clean up after yourself, but come on over. So let's go. Oh, look, there's some of them. The mute swans are coming over this way, so I'm going to go right down here and just wait till they come by. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad, but look at the mute swans standing on their head, getting some food. Anyway, all of the mute swans in North America are descended from swans that were imported from Europe in the mid-1800s through the early 1900s for people that had big estates and things like that, and city parks and zoos. But then they started breeding. They escaped and started breeding, and now they're considered more of like almost like a pest in some places because they disrupt the native ecosystems. But mute swans form a long-lasting pair, bonded pair. They're monogamous basically. The mute swan supposedly mates for life, but if something happens, like if one dies, then they will find somebody else. I don't know exactly how you tell a male from a female in swans, but in ducks, they have a curly tail. Males have a curly tail, a little curl underneath their back wings, the back of their wings. Not like their back wings. They don't have like four. They did some kind of study in Maryland where they found out that mute swans eat like up to 8 pounds of submerged aquatic vegetation in a day. They can be a little aggressive when they can come after like kayakers and stuff if there's chicks around. They banded a few of them, you know, when they put, oh look, there's some taking off. Oh no, I guess they're landing. They banded some, you know, back in the day, and they found out that the oldest banded mute swans in North America was a male, and he was 26 years and 9 months old. He was in Rhode Island in 1988. I'm reading this so you don't have to. It's all about swans. It says the black knob at the base of a male mute swan's bill swells during breeding season and becomes noticeably larger than the females. The rest of the year, the difference between sexes is not obvious. They're so funny when they stand on their head like that. As you can tell, they are pretty much everywhere out here. I don't know how far out you can see, but there's some Canadian geese out there too. But all these swans are coming over here. I wonder if they think I'm going to feed them or something, because I don't think you're supposed to do that. So I'm not going to. I don't have anything to feed them anyway, but they're all coming over this way. A storm is coming in a few hours. I don't think it's going to be really big, but it's coming in. So Let's go see what the rest of the park has to hold. See what it looks like around here. And you can walk all the way around. From what I saw on the thing, there's a trail that you can walk all the way around the lake and then down over that way a little bit. And isn't that interesting how they carry their wings? How they look like sails on the side. So this is part of the, quote, trail system around here. I hear lots and lots of birds. This is a good place to come bird viewing. You know, what do they call it? What do they call that? When you go looking at birds. Bird something. I don't know. I can't think. Bird watching. That's it, bird watching. This is the place to come bird watching. So that's good. Somebody lost a little thing of beads. That's good for ducks and geese. Oh no, they're not beads. They're those stupid water beads. These things will kill animals if they eat them. They'll kill kids too, as a matter of fact. So I'm picking them up, putting them back in this little jar where I assume they came from. I'm going to throw them away because I don't want any duck or anything to eat them because it will kill them. They swell up and then they cause all kinds of issues. Look at all the little grass and stuff that's starting to grow up underneath there. Future weeds right there. Oh, here's another one. I'm gonna pick those up. Ugh, gotta throw these away. Oh, look, there's a trash can. That's good. Let's go deposit these where they belong. Get rid of them. Stupid fishing lures and stuff. I did bring my magnet, and I thought maybe I'll check out some fishing, but I'm not sure. But this is like a reconnaissance mission. I wanted to check this place out and see what it was like, you know, get a feel for the place, just to see. This lake, I looked at pictures that people have taken of this lake, like last year and the year before last and stuff, and it was pitiful because there was no water. But with all the rain we've had recently, it's nice and full, it looks like. So let's go see what else we can find over here. I guess if you had a good stroller or something, you could bring a stroller out here. But if it was flimsy, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Most mammal species living in and around Mather Lake are nocturnal, spending most of the day underground. Coyotes, jackrabbits, desert cottontail, gray-brown ground squirrel. Rarely seen by day, coyotes. Looking for them ground squirrels and rodents. Hair-filled scat. That's fun. And scat, by the way, if you don't know, scat means poop. So if you see a pile of poop that belongs to a wild animal, you can call it scat and get away with it. In other words, if you see scat, scat. They do have a lot of these signage things, but as you can tell, they're in excellent tip-top condition. So you don't really know what's going on. You just have to guess. Now, I don't know. There is a golf course around here, but there's a little flaggy thing there and a little flaggy thing there, and I highly doubt that's golf course stuff. I'm not exactly sure what this is for. Could be a gas line or something, which I tend to think that's probably what it is. Looking to see if it had any markings on it or anything, like PG&E or something, but I don't see anything. Oh, yeah. Let's come over here for a second. I want to show you this. If you need a shirt, there's a shirt for you. I don't know if you see that building across the street right there. That's called Northern California TRACON. And TRACON stands for Terminal Radar Approach Control. And since this whole area, there's a vulture, turkey buzzard. He knows the old lady's walking. Are you circling, waiting for me? Huh? Did you get clearance from TRACON? Huh? Pretty thing. Anyway, so, yes, I got sidetracked. Most Air Force bases, for some reason, have those, I don't know if you can see on the horizon, over there. I can't see it in the, there's a little white, looks like a golf ball. Most Air Force bases have those that I've seen around in this area, and I don't know what they are specifically. But again, this used to be all an Air Force base, Mather Air Force Base. But that over there is an air traffic control place, and it provides, you know, safety alerts and separation and sequencing and all that stuff of air traffic that is coming and going around the airports in Northern California. And then there's like 19 or 20 smaller airports in the area that they also manage. So basically what it is it gives arrival and descent information, profiles, like where to go, how high to be, where you're gonna, you know, not necessarily where you're gonna land as far as runways, because that's the airport, but this kind of, oh yeah, there's their sign, TRACON. It sets up the flight for an approach to landing, and then the flight contacts air traffic control at the airport where they're landing or taking off. Oh, they lost a big, huge, couple of them, in fact. What do you call those? Eucalyptus trees over there on the, bummer deal. But anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. I didn't know that building was there and that it controlled such a huge area of airspace, Reno to San Francisco, basically. I don't know how you walk around the lake unless you go down here and around, but it seems a little weird. But let's go over here and check it out anyway. This is, what road is this? This is Douglas Road, I believe. Maybe, possibly. I could be lying. I'll have to check my little map. I was right, it is Douglas Road. So this isn't exactly scenic, but I wanted to go see what this metal contraption thing is over here. What the heck is that? Anybody want to tell me what that thing is? Besides old. Huh. It's been around a while. And it's got spikes in it. So what do you want to bet that it had something to do with farm equipment, maybe? These spikes look like they have something to do with grading the ground, but I don't know. I honestly don't know what that is. But if anybody can tell me, I'd love to know, because it's an interesting piece of something. I'm going to saunter over to the fishing deck. It's not really a pier, it's more like a deck. And they have a little bridge that goes across. So I'm going to go over that way a little bit and see. There's a lot of people over there fishing. And see if there's another access or any kind of, I know there's more trails around here. I saw them on the map, but I just have to figure out how to get to them. Actually, I'm going to go back down here by the water just to see. I wonder why this, it must just be fine stuff that washes in off the water or something. It's real fine, unless they put like, what do you call that? There's a beer bottle cap. I'll have to get that in a minute with my magnet. I don't know, I might try some magnet fishing today. I'm not sure. Let's go down that way a little bit, kind of see if we can get over that way somewhat and check it out. This one has, see that one right there? This one in the front looks like it has that big bulb thing on its nose, so I'm guessing that might be a male, according to what I read. Their beaks are different colors too. They're lighter, some are lighter and some are darker. See the darker orange beaks, and then the lighter beaks. Usually the lighter ones are, I don't know this to be true in swans, but the lighter the color is usually a female. So I'm wondering if that holds true for swans, like a lighter beak would be a female, or because it's these two that have brighter orange beaks, this one with his head down and that other one, have that bigger bulb, that black bulb thing on his nose, and I think that's what they said about it, you know, being a male. So, they're so funny. There's poor little ducky over there being ignored because there's all these swans. He says, I'm just going to go over here. What is that? I can't see it very well. Oh, it's one of those, oh dang. I just saw that. I just saw those, read about those. They've got a white beak and a black head. Huh. One thing about this place, it does not smell good. It doesn't smell bad, it just doesn't smell great. It's not refreshing, let's put it that way. Well, this is part of the spillway for that Morrison Creek and the lake. I'm not really sure if they still call this Morrison Creek or not. It doesn't say. But this is the little bridge thing that we just came across. Parking lot. Lots and lots of places, lots of guys that are fishing out here. I'm not sure that there'll be actually a place to do magnet fishing today because the dock is kind of, well, I don't want to call that a dock or what, but it's more like a landing. But I want to go down here and kind of check out this little trail-ish thing where everybody's sitting and fishing. See, there's that little golf ball thing I was telling you about. I don't know what they are, probably some radar thing. Because there's a water tower over there, and then there's another one over there, and there's the, what do you call that? Actually, I don't know if that's a water tower, if that's like air traffic control, but there's still a runway here because they still use this as a runway, but just not as an Air Force base. So there's a runway over there, mostly for private planes. Oh, there's the air traffic control over there. This is a better view of the mountains. If you can see them with the snow on them, we actually have snow on the mountains. That's nice. Well, we were over there-ish. And kind of wandered around over there to the street and then came back down this way. Went past all those guys fishing, went over that little bridge. And there's a bazillion people here fishing. And I know that this is what this lake is partly for. But you can also take like a little kayak or canoe-y thing out there, I suppose, to fish some more. But I was just looking at this sediment here on the ground. This is where the water line was when it, during the rain, when it came all the way up here. I mean, that's kind of, you know, there's the lake's edge. There's not a whole lot of trail that I've seen so far. It looks like it all kind of dead ends. It goes out there a little bit to some grassy area. There's somebody out there at a picnic table eating or reading or something. He's not fishing. Let's go up here and see what's up here. Just for that. Ooh, look at this rock. You knew it was coming, right? That's pretty. What else they got down there? Oh, look at this leaf. Isn't this neat? It's so worn and it's disintegrating, but it's almost like a shell of its former self. It's the spirit of a leaf. Not sure what that is over there, but there's the paved path. I kind of came off that, but honestly, I don't remember if it went around farther. But if I keep going this way, I'm going to run right into that guy, and it didn't look like there was any options to go anywhere else. So I'm going to go back up this way. We were just basically right down there by that trash can-ish. And then over here, there's the guy that was sitting at the table. It doesn't look like there's any other way. It's like that's a dead end kind of thing, it looks like. And over there, this isn't paved. It's partly paved down at that end, but then it turns into the Scrabble. But over there is the golf course and a bazillion geese that just flew overhead and landed over there. I'm going to go down until I can identify what that black thing is right there. And then probably turn around because I'm on internal storage right now because I maxed out my little SD card. Look at that old cement structure thing that they knocked down. I wonder if it was like a little bridge or something, but part of it right there and part of it right here. Since this was all part of the base, who knows what that is. There's a lot of, maybe it's just a stump or something. It could just be a stump, it looks like. Yeah. Like I said, this is part of Rancho Cordova. And yeah, that is an old stump of some kind. So yeah, Rancho Cordova used to be called Mayhew's Crossing, or Hangtown Crossing, in 1855 during the gold rush. Rancho Cordova was the community called Mills, located on the eastern part of Brighton Township. It was called Mills as early as 1893, supposedly because of the old grist mills that were close by along the river. In fact, we went to Grist Mill Park. Remember we did that little, it wasn't really a park, it was a entrance to the river. The 35,500 acre Rancho Rio de los Americanos was granted to William Leedsdorf, and that's in 1844, but he died in 1848, leaving the rancho and some properties to his heirs. Captain Joseph Folsom purchased the rancho from the heirs and founded a little town, in 1855, and named it after himself, Folsom, which is more out that way. We've actually, have we done anything in Folsom? I don't think we have. But there's Folsom Lake, which is at the end of the American River, and anyway. There's a whole bunch of history of this area that I'll put down in a link in the description below, because there's an old tin something in that tailings pile right there that looks like it's been there a lot longer than the Air Force Base. But this area mostly was orchards and vineyards back in the day, before the Air Force Base came along. So I'll put this down there and you can read all about it. It's really kind of windy right now, so you probably can't hear very well, and it's bumpy on the video, and it's just a joy, I'm sure. All right, so I'm gonna sign off for now. Like I said, this was like a reconnaissance mission. I wanted to check this place out and see if I wanted to come back to do magnet fishing. With as many people that are here fishing right now in cold weather in February on a Saturday, I'm thinking Saturday's not the day to come do magnet fishing, probably during a weekday. So I'll consider that. I'm not sure I'll come back and do like trails, because there's not a lot of trails. I mean, you can see there's not a lot of trails out there. Although I got down to the end of that, and it's like, yeah, I'd rather be in the canyon. So anyway, that's what I got for today. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna go back to the car. I got food in the car I gotta go home and put away. That was basically it. I just wanted to get a feel for this place. Lots of swans, they're really pretty. I have to come back when they have little babies. See the little babies. So I'm gonna go and offload some of this stuff off the SD card that's in the phone, because it's apparently maxed out. Because I still got stuff on there from yesterday that was long videos. So yeah, I got a haircut finally. It's a little bit mow-ish, you know, like very mow and curly, but it'll grow out in a couple weeks and it'll be fine. So thanks for joining me again. This will probably be kind of quick. Can I hear a hallelujah, right? And I hope you slept well. You get to the end and hear the music, you go, oh, it's time to wake up. So anyway, click on a like, or leave a comment, or subscribe, or send it to somebody and make them subscribe. I'm sitting at 32 right now, I think. So anyway, oh yeah, here's the paved part, the ends of this trail. All right, I'm out of here. Take it easy, and I'll talk to you later. This is the Veteran Navigators Memorial that they have at Mather from World War II. Their poor guts are hollow. They need to be fed. I think actually that's supposed to be like, I don't know what it's supposed to be. At first I thought it was like continents or something, but who knows what that's supposed to be. But anyway, this is the memorial for navigators. They have concrete legs. That internal structure is really intricate there. I wonder if it means something specific. Oh, look, there's a, wow, that's perfect. I don't know if you can see this or not. There's a bird nest in there. Right about Right about there-ish. There's a bird nest. Dedication to the men and women of Mather Air Force Base for 75 years of service to the nation and community. 1993. Tribute to the Navigators who trained at Mather.